Civil rights. Race, gender, sexuality. Quite literally, the rights of citizens to political and social freedom and equality. Been around since humans have had rights, which is at the dawn of time, of course. Then again, were the movements surrounding civil rights, such as the women's rights movement that's still going on today, the 60s movement surrounding African American rights, the current trans rights movement, I say trans rights are human rights by the way, and many, many others successful? We're talking socially, politically, economically, and culturally here. Well, were they? Quite frankly, I don't care. But I gotta get a grin on this somehow. Okay. Firstly, we have how the movement performs socially. Think about it. Have we as a species accepted each other? Do we all see character instead of race, gender, sexuality? If you analyze society as a whole, no, not entirely. In February 2019, a Republican lawmaker, yes, a lawmaker, by the name of Eric Porterfield, stated if his kids were homosexual, he would see if they could swim. Then again, do you think even this guy could swim? Anyway, this goes to show that there's still some gross stuff going around in our society, and that people are still judging others based on sexual orientation, along with race and gender, etc. You get the picture. Gross. Speaking of politics, let's get into the political junk we have surrounding civil rights. Remember Barack Obama?
I love memes.
Remember Hillary Clinton? Well, you're a bunch of rude jerks. Whatever, these two were both important for multiple reasons, mainly because, well, Obama was the first African American president ever. Quite honestly, I miss him. Hillary Clinton was also the first female presidential candidate, that is. Sadly, there is an example for the sexuality part of civil rights movements, but that should change soon. Hopefully. So were the civil rights movement successful in this category? Well, if you don't think so, I don't know what's wrong with you, but they certainly were. After people actually started to care about civil rights, the possibility of a black/female/gay/etc. president actually started to seem, well, feasible. That's all for politics, but now we've got to talk about economics. Yes, I know, this is U.S. history we're talking about, not economics. But who cares? History is objectively better. Okay, so, firstly, has the idea of civil rights impacted the economy at all? Well, of course it has. Think about Pride Month. Disclaimer, I don't think that Pride Month should be all money and no representation. Talking from a company's standpoint. What do companies do during that time? Well, they cash in on the marketing potential of being a decent human being, of course. Heck, Adidas even cashed in on lesbians during Valentine's Day, when the marketing potential was out of season. They even threw hands back at someone who said the day is for boy and girl, and not for lesbians. Take a listen.
Oh, Adidas, getting a little risque with your pictures of what implies there's a lady kissing another lady. Shame on you, Adidas! I'm going to Nike now!
Adidas is like, mwah. Peace.
Boy.
What the Adidas? This day is for boy and girl, when they are couple, not for lesbians. Stupid Adidas. At Adidas.
No, this day is for love. Happy Valentine's Day!
Better yet, people don't treat women like objects as much as they did in the 50s. Like, look at this. Yikes. Ouch. Whoa there. Oh gosh. Oh golly. Jesus Christ. Now what about the cultural changes? Now you might know that back in the 20s, 40s, slavery time, etc., the white people weren't okay with black people. Blackface everywhere, racism on cartoons, stuff like that, blah, blah, blah. Nowadays, if you even think about putting anything remotely racist in anything, any sort of media, you'll get backlash. At least in America you will. Now, with sexual orientation being represented in our culture, it's a whole different area. TV shows that are getting more homosexual representation, for example, Voltron, and a new series on Crunchyroll that people hate for whatever reason. Video games are getting more homosexual representation, see Undertale and Deltarune, along with more transgender representation, like A Hat in Time, Smash Ultimate Stage Builder. There are a lot of female representation, like in Metroid and Tomb Raider, etc. Stuff is all a part of our culture. It's worth accepting. Now then, does any of this mean that the civil rights movements have been successful? Well, that's up to our debate. Pretty sure this means a pretty big yes. But does that mean no more civil rights movements? It's all done and over with? Full accepted? Stop complaining? Get out of my face? No, absolutely not. This simply means that we're doing a pretty good job so far. Not everybody accepts these minority groups in society quite yet. Like the one blind guy. The guy that tried to drown his kids. The guy that threatened to drown his kids. The fat guy. You know him. I don't even think I remembered his name anymore. I don't think I want to remember his name. Anyway, everyone should realize these movements shouldn't be put to waste. The effort behind them is immense, and not everyone in those communities are bad. They should be accepted in society. There's nothing wrong with them. Now, remember people, be excellent to each other. Party on, dudes.